Okay guys, I am not messing around here. I have to switch my fan off to film this video, and do you know how much that means right now? My window's open, you might hear some background noise, because if not, I will die in a pool of my own sweat. Alright, hey guys, it's Joel here, aka Gallucks, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new, don't forget to subscribe, and if you're already subscribed, don't forget to click the bell for notifications so you know when I bring out a new video. Now, before we go into things for this video, I just want to put a quick disclaimer out there that I am not condoning or supporting the selling, purchasing or promotion of fake items. This is simply a story time video and discussion regarding the topic of fake designer items. So a few weeks ago, one of the guys that I follow for style inspiration over on Instagram is Mr. Brian C, and he posted a picture on Instagram wearing the Louis Vuitton Palm Springs backpack in a black and red colorway. He wore it kind of crossbody on the front and I fell in love. I was like, that is so nice. My friends Sarah and Yanin both have the Palm Springs backpack. It's the mini baby Louis Vuitton backpack with the monogram all over it. And it's around like £2,000 I think, which is pricey for a tiny backpack. And I showed the picture of Mr. Brian C to my friends in a WhatsApp group, and I was like, look, how cool is this, whatever. My friends were like, oh yeah, it's cool, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, my friends go on holiday together. There's two couples, they both go together. Obviously when friends go on holiday and they come back, you expect a gift offering of some sort. And they were like, Joel, we've got you a really good gift, be ready for it. And I was like, okay. I was expecting like sweets or chocolate or something, and I was just like, I wonder what it could be. And lo and behold, the day they come back from holiday, I'm presented with this. Immediately, I know that my friends have not gone and spent £2,000 at Louis Vuitton, and considering that I bought the Louis Vuitton phone case in LA, which set me back a handsome £1,000, I instantly kind of recognised that the dust bag itself and like the font and everything was a bit off, and I was like, you guys, I was like, what have you done? So I go ahead and open it up. And obviously, since I've showed them the picture of Mr. Brian C wearing the Palm Springs backpack, they have come across this in a store in a country that I will not name. And it was obviously cheap as chips, so they bought it for me. And here we have the Monogram Eclipse Palm Springs backpack. Ta-da! I didn't really know what to do because I was like, it's really cute, but it's obviously fake and it's not real. And so I took it to Marbella with me because I was going with my friend Sarah and she was taking hers. I knew that she would take her Palm Springs backpack. It even came with extra straps. So yeah, I took it to Marbella with me and my friend Sarah because I knew that she'd be taking her real Palm Springs one. And I really wanted just to compare them and look at them and see what the difference was. And after comparing them for quite a while, there was actually hardly any difference. The only difference was that this strap on top was a lot thicker and a lot more kind of rigid than the one on the legit Palm Springs backpack. Now, I'm someone who spends quite a fair bit of money on designer items, so this is a bit of a conundrum for me because I'm just like, well, what the hell do I do with it now? So I wore it in a couple of Instagram posts, put it on my Instagram story, and a couple of people were replying like, oh my god, you got the Palm Springs backpack, it's so cute. But then a lot of people, which I assumed would happen anyway, were like, oh, I didn't know you did this backpack in the monogram colorway, so like black and grey. And I was like, in my head, I was like, yeah, they probably don't. So I looked online and there are pictures of it in this colorway, but I don't think it's ever been sold by Louis Vuitton in that way. So I just thought it was quite interesting that a few people like picked up on that. There has been a bit of a discussion on my Instagram before, where, especially with the Balenciaga Triple S, Topshop brought out a pair of sneakers that were extremely similar to the Triple S. They're only like £50, whereas the Balenciaga Triple S are like £600. A lot of people were like, oh, they're so similar, like, how can you do this to Balenciaga, blah, blah, blah. And it's like, hold on a second, like, I think there's a difference between things that are like inspired by items and then exact copies. Like this is an exact copy, but obviously in a different colorway, so they don't. So then again, it's not an exact copy because they don't actually do it in this colorway. If Louis Vuitton did this bag in this colorway, I would definitely be trying to get it, but they don't. But it kind of brings me back to when I was interning, like, how old am I now? Like 5 years ago. And I got sent to a leather factory here in London, And I went into the leather factory to pick up some pieces of leather, and all over the table were loads of Vivienne Westwood handbags. And I was buying leather from the same store, which looked like they were using the same leather for some of the handbags as well. And I was just like, in my head I was like, if these are legit Vivienne Westwood handbags being produced by this factory and I'm buying leather from the same place, like, what makes the difference between something that, I know it's legit because it's by Vivienne Westwood, but if at the end of the day, like, that same material is used to make another bag with a different brand, with a different buckle, but it's all come from the same factory and it's all come from the same place, like, where it kind of blurred the lines for me, what is real and what is fake. So I've heard of discount shopping centres, especially just outside of London, that have actually received special stock that's to be sold as sale items, but that stock has been created just to be put on sale in those places because there's a constant stream of like tourists and like happy shoppers that are looking for a bargain. It kind of takes the whole world of manufacturing and production and puts it in a different kind of place, because it's like, you know, if Balenciaga can take the manufacturing of their Triple S from Italy and then take it to China, where it's obviously a lot cheaper to produce things, you know, where does the price tag come from? I know that there's a lot of like ideas and thoughts that have gone into these designs and stuff like this, but then it raises the question of places like Zara, Topshop, Topman producing replicas of high-end pieces that have just been on like the runway at a fraction of the price. It's more like a watered down version of the design. I just wanted to get your guys' opinions on replicas and fakes and seeing what the general consensus is. I don't think there will ever be, some people really hate it, but some people really don't care, and I just think it's interesting to find out what you guys think about it. And what the hell do I do with this bag now? I personally don't mind if someone else that I know has fakes, like, I don't care. They're just clothes. Also, a lot of people aren't going to be able to spend £600 on a pair of shoes or £2,000 on a bag. If my friends have designer items, like, I really couldn't give a flying how they got it or where they have it or whatever. There is a huge problem in the industry with fakes. I'm wondering how it affects these big brands. I know it affects, obviously, if a fake becomes available of a much smaller brand that's still growing, but when it's of the big houses like Gucci, Louis Vuitton, Fendi, like, does it affect their sales? Obviously they care a lot. There's been a news article recently about Burberry burning £28 million worth of clothes and accessories because they didn't want to put those items on sale, because that would affect their brand and their branding and the prices of all their stuff, of all their stock. Apparently it's commonplace with luxury brands to burn leftover stock so it doesn't have an effect on the brand and people don't see it on sale or discounted, because that would be a bad look for the brand. And that, in my opinion, is absolutely disgusting. I'm not condoning the purchasing of fakes, but I am having a go at designer brands for doing that, because that is absolutely disgusting. Like, obviously they wouldn't donate their pieces to charity or anything like that, because that would devalue their brand as well. It's socially irresponsible, but they're well within their rights to do it, because they're their products. They can do whatever they want with them. If they want to burn them, they can. And I just think that that is absolutely disgusting. And it's just like, oh, this is one big minefield of the fashion industry is actually gross, isn't it? It's like, they'd rather burn their own stuff than give clothes to the homeless. It's like, eh? Can you imagine if you saw a homeless person walking around in a Burberry trench coat? I'd love that. That would be insane. I would congratulate any brand that does that, obviously. But then obviously people wouldn't pay £1,000s for a handbag or a trench coat if it was being donned by the homeless, because that would ruin their image. Anyway, this is too much to handle for me right now, so there might be another video about this, depending on how the comments go. I hope that you've enjoyed this video. I hope it sparked an interesting discussion or ideas in your head. Do let me know your thoughts in the comments below. Thank you for watching, and I will see you in my next one. Bye guys.